how to manifest your specific person back. And this can have been an ex that you were in relationship with that you broke up with, or this can have been someone that you had in your life that you want back, or this can be your specific person with whom things are just not working. So you are in a very undesirable situation and you want to turn it around completely to a beautiful, romantic, stable relationship. There's one thing that is absolutely crucial for you to do if you want to experience a different situation with your specific person, and that is what I'm going to talk about in this video. If you want to dive deeper into manifesting a whole relationship in detail, I would highly recommend checking out my SP course, where I have included literally everything that you need to do in order to manifest a relationship that is lasting, that is stable. The link is in the description box below. Please check it out if you need to turn the situation around completely in a way that lasts. Something I need to mention about my courses: a new subscriber emailed me a few days ago asking me if I sell other courses inside my courses. I don't do that. There's nothing extra that you will need to purchase. So if you are purchasing any one of my courses, that is the full course. There's nothing else to be added to that, unless you want to try another course, but that is again another full course. So I don't sell other courses inside my courses. There's no upsell or whatever that's called. So if you are purchasing a course, that is the whole thing. I make sure to include everything around the topic that I create the course about in one course, so that when you are purchasing, let's say, an SP course, and the SP course is called Manifest the Relationship of Your Dreams, I have made sure to include everything that you need to do in order to manifest the relationship of your dreams with your specific person. So the link is in the description box below. I don't know if I mentioned that. Let's talk about this one thing that is absolutely crucial for you to do when you are manifesting a specific person back, or when you are manifesting things to turn around with your specific person. One thing that I know that many of you are doing is that you are focusing on what happened. And on a human level, that's understandable, but when your focus is constantly on what happened, it cannot manifest something different. So I hear a lot of those, Anna, but my SP said this, but they rejected me, but they say they never want to be with me, or I did something that they will never forgive me for, or I'm really angry, I'm really hurt, but this, but that. And also, can I still manifest them? First of all, yes, you can still manifest them, but the one thing that you absolutely need to do is to remove your focus from what happened and move it to what you want to happen. The way you do this is to change the story. How many times have you not heard? You need to change the story. And this is exactly what it means. So whenever you're focusing on what happened, you are keeping that stable in your physical reality. Your manifestation doesn't happen based on what happened. It doesn't happen based on your physical experiences of the past or of the present or of whenever. It happens based on what you are focusing on. So imagine this. If you're constantly focusing on how they hurt you, you can't manifest a loving relationship where there was no hurt. So this story needs to change. And if you are sitting there thinking, oh, but he did this, oh, but she said this, well, your subconscious mind does not care at all what they said, what they did. It does care about what you are focusing on. So here's what you need to do. Whenever you want to go back and contemplate on all those things that hurt you, be it things they said, or be it maybe things that you did that you regret, you need to change that story to something that you actually want to experience. So what could that be? That could be, for example, for many of you, it could be an apology. What would make you feel good in this moment, from this situation. Let's take just the situation. From here, the next thing that would make you feel good, what would that be? Would that be that your specific person comes back to you and apologizes and says that they were an idiot, that they can't live without you, that etc., etc.? Is that it? Then you imagine that, or you affirm that. Is it that maybe for some of you, you want to revise what happened, so the breakup didn't happen at all, or the argument that started this whole unwanted thing didn't happen at all? Maybe instead they asked you to move in with them or to marry them if that's your desire. If that's what would make you feel better, then you focus on that. And you need to do this consistently. This needs to be a consistent thing that you do in your mind. And this needs to be done more than focusing on what happened. Because again, I cannot stress this enough. It is not about what happened. It is not about what they said. It is not about what you said or did. It is about what you are focusing on. So when you consistently focus on your new story by changing the story, it somehow has to manifest in your physical reality. Don't go into the how. I know that many of you like to do that. Don't do that. It's not your job to figure out the how. So if you are feeling lots of anger and hurt and you just, maybe you need to do this gradually. Maybe it feels like a process to you. By the way, it never has to be a process. Everything can change in a matter of minutes even. If you are focused, if you are deliberate. But if it doesn't, please don't conclude that you failed, it didn't work. It doesn't work like that. If it didn't work in minutes, do it again. Do it again. For some of you, you may need consistently coming back to this, and it may seem like a process. If it is, it's better that it's a process than you keep staying stuck in your old story. And again, I can't stress this enough. It doesn't have to be a process. It's just that, especially when you are not experienced with conscious manifesting, this can seem a little bit weird. But how am I focusing on them wanting me when they didn't want me? So the way it feels like a process, it's because you start focusing on your new story and your mind brings you back to the old story. But no, that didn't happen. This happened. So you bring it back again and your mind goes back again. So this is how it feels, a process. But it is so important that you keep persisting, because when you persist, this new beautiful story that you persist in, your mind will start taking that as this is actually what happened, even though that's not what happened in the 3D yet. If you persist in that, that is what is going to happen in the 3D. And again, I cannot stress this enough. Please don't make assumptions that you will need to do this forever, that this needs to take forever. Don't go into assumptions like that. Anything can happen any minute. Just literally, both changing your state and also physical changes, physical circumstances. Anything can happen any minute. Keep this in mind and go to your end goal. Always remember, write this somewhere, put it on a note and stick it everywhere, that your manifestation is not based on what happened or what you can see possible even. Your manifestation is based on what you focus on. That's it. So you have to focus on that. If you have many hurt emotions, negative emotions, anger that you just can't get rid of, please check out my course that is called Release Negative Emotions. That course focuses only on releasing negative emotions without the use of imagination or thoughts. So you only work with emotions and actually releasing and getting rid of them so that you get less triggered by the 3D or by what happened when you are manifesting. It's very helpful. I highly recommend that for those for whom like nothing else is working. But On the other hand, if you keep changing the story, if you keep going to the end goal and you allow yourself to relax into it and enjoy your end goal instead of getting triggered, like, this is not working. How will they ever? Don't go into those stories. It's all stories that you tell yourself. So allow yourself to enjoy your SP apologizing to you. Can you do that? You can. Allow yourself a moment to affirm or imagine that they came back to you and they chose you. How does that feel? It feels good, doesn't it? So you keep going there. You keep practicing that. And whatever you practice, you become. And this is where self-concept comes in. This is self-concept work. Whatever you practice changes your feeling state, changes your mental state, changes the way you are, changes the person that you are, and you are the first person who needs to change in order for anything to change in the physical reality. This is also why your manifestations are not based on your circumstances. So when you keep practicing being loved, keep practicing being with your specific person, keep practicing that your specific person chose you, how does that feel for you? Now you feel different. Now you feel better. Keep going there. And if anything, if the idea of manifestation triggers you, do that for the purpose of feeling better. It will still manifest. It will still manifest. So the important thing is to practicing mentally, only mentally. There's nothing that you need to do physically. Practice what you want to experience. You can't constantly practice what you don't want and then get frustrated that what you want doesn't manifest. It just doesn't work like that. And also, again, I want to stress this, it doesn't matter what happened. Your specific person is you pushed out. This is what it means. They are you pushed out, so you need to view them differently in order to experience them differently. You have to view your person the way you want to experience them first in your mind. They have to become that other person in your mind, that other version of themselves in your mind. And that needs to be a consistent thing. That needs to be dominant. And then they become that. Somehow they become that in your physical reality, because your physical reality is only a mirror of your inner reality. I really hope that this made sense. I really hope that this was helpful. It's when you get into it and when you get the hang of it, it's simpler than it seems. And I know that when you're hurt and when you are missing them, it seems hard, but you just need to start doing this. And you get the hang of it and it starts feeling good. And when it starts feeling good, you will want to go there more. And then one thing leads to another mentally. And the next thing you know is that you are in this new state. You're more confident, you feel love, you feel that your specific person is yours, the way you want them. And you keep wanting to go there. Next thing you know, now that story is the dominant one. And when that becomes the dominant one, the 3D has to follow. The 3D follows your imagination. It doesn't precede, it follows. So it's you first, you go first, and then your SP. So I really hope that this resonated, because I know that many of you are going through a challenging situation like this, but make sure that you don't focus on what happened. For your mind, it doesn't matter what happened. It's going to manifest what you focus on. So make sure that what you focus on is what you actually want to experience. And once again, check out my courses, especially the SP course for those of you who are in a difficult situation with your SP and you want to turn it around. Highly recommend that course, because I have made sure to include everything that you need to manifest your relationship with your specific person. And make sure to apply also. Please apply, because you have to apply for this to work. And you can do this. I have to remind you that you can absolutely do this. even when it seems hard, even when it seems impossible. I speak of experience when I say that even when it seems impossible, you can do it. Have a beautiful day and see you in the next video.